So I'm going to start my video here approaching Springville Canyon of what I assume to be a plasma fire. These spots right there, those are all burn patches, and the spotty burning is one of the telltale signs. And the difference between some places that have high intensity burn and other places that do not. Right here you can see a streak of high intensity burn that goes up into the mountain right there, and another spot right there, and another one down here. And the unevenness of the burn. These spots right here, I can tell you when we get up, it looks like electrical burning. I'll think of the name here in a moment. The other things that you can notice from afar are the strips. This is unburned strip right here. There's another one here, and then an unburned strip here. And the unevenness of the burn. Over here you can see those spots that are burned in the mountain. I still haven't thought of the name. I'll put the link in the description where they burn wood. With electricity applied to the wood, it burns in fractal patterns. It just sizzles. But you can see all those spots on the mountain, the dark spots on the right side of that mountain center screen. Those are all places of high intensity burn. Along with down here, right here. See all these little spots right here, and then these up here? If I could hold the camera still, sorry. And the streaks of unburned land. So now I'm moving a little closer. We still have the helicopter dumping water on it though. Here you can see those burn spots a bit closer. It's like there's electrical fingers, like plasma, those plasma ball lamps that you can buy in the store or online for 30 bucks. That have the little fingers of lightning reaching out from the center, tickling the outer globe of glass, and when you touch that outer globe, all of those little lightning fingers or plasma filaments collect on your finger. Not all of them, but many of them collect on your finger or your whole hand in the shape of your hand. They will all collect together on your hand. Similarly, these little spots right here the ones up top here and the ones down bottom here are places where like bolts of lightning going through the ground came up through the surface and created highly intense burn spots like that unevenly. So the strips of unburned land right here are also something to notice. All the uneven burn spots. But it says do not stop, so I better get going. These spots right here give it away. And these up above. So these burn areas that run down into the tree line and zigzag over like that, along with this one here. I'm going to go down the road and show you some similar ones that go horizontally. These dip vertically down into the tree line. The ones that you're going to see down the road a little bit dip into the tree line horizontally. And then you notice how this whole thing burned here, up and around, and then back down over and in. Fire don't work like that. That alone is not convincing, but once you know what we're working with here, you can see things like that and recognize that that is a difference between plasma fire and normal fire. Here also, notice the unburned trees here and there that the fire skipped over. Notice all the trees that were left unburned. Notice this strip right here that's burned with unburned above and below. There's the helicopter right there. But what I'm wanting to point out is that strip center screen. And just the general jagged edge that goes up and down and back and forth right here. And comes up here. And then has an unburned triangle right there and all the unburned trees up there. Two strips of unburned trees. If you want to look at it that way, there's the fire line and there's two strips of unburned trees right there. But all the unburned trees in the middle of the burn is another indicator. It's a long hike over there. I'm hoping maybe up the road further I'll be able to actually get to the burn area. But for now, here's another example. Oh, my bad. Here's another example. The burn and the unburned in mixed. A strip of unburned trees here and here, or a strip of burn that goes down in. And the intermingling of that fire line. So once I get on the scene, I can tell you for sure. In fact, whoa, I just saw another one. So you have, where is it? This strip here that runs horizontally, and below it, you have a vertical strip that runs vertically right there, going up the mountain that way. And then one that runs this way. Both the horizontal and the vertical strip are burned. That right there is pure evidence. I know absolutely that when I get up there, if I decide to do the hike, right now might not be the time. The authorities might not like me hiking up there while the helicopter's still dropping water. But that right there tells me with certainty, these two lines. You might think that was a hiking trail or something, but I can see from here, it's just a burn line. And they come to a right angle right there. Along with the unburned trees up there, right in the middle of all the burn. Along with the scattered trees here and there and everywhere along here that are unburned in the middle of highly burned area. This was definitely plasma fire, but it looks like I might have to wait to another day to get to the actual burn area. Here's these burn lines from a little better angle. You can see the right angle up here and how it dips down in right here. and then it dips down in right here a couple of times, and that jagged line of a burn line, along with all the unburned trees in the middle of the burn area, Can your forest fire burn a right angle? Hell no, only the smartest of forest fires. These are smart fires. I'm gonna go up around the corner and drive back and show you this right angle as I'm driving around the mountain so you can get a better idea of what kind of a burn line that is, what kind of fire burns those kind of burn lines. Smart fires. Where is it? The edge of the fire is over here, and you can see the precise line right there. I've talked about these lines before, how there's like borders. See the unburned strip of trees that goes up into the burn area right there, and another one right there. And the jagged line, so wherever the burn line is, it's 100% solid line. Whether it's straight or curved, it's 100% solid line. And it makes weird patterns on the ground, like fractals. In fact, you can see how the whole mountain burned. Right over here, there's a burn line that goes up and around all of these trees and then back down over here. But the mountain did burn right there where my finger is. So this whole area of trees is one giant swath sticking out into the burn area. The fire went up and around that canyon. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the burn area actually comes down to right here, into here. So that whole canyon is surrounded on 3 sides by burn area. And these are things that don't happen with regular fires. There we go. There's some better lighting. Now you can see that there's a clear line on the right side and the left side between burn and unburn. On the news, you hear the news reporter saying that fire burns everything in its path. And in the city, it burns everything but the trees. The trees are all left standing again this year, just like in the Paradise Fire and previous fires. You can see a tree left standing here. Fires do burn everything in their path. And the reason people are saying it looks like a bomb explodes because there's so many parts that are unburned and so many parts that are burned to dust and everything in between at all different levels, that's what it would look like when a bomb does explode. Some things are highly burned, some things aren't touched at all. But this tree up here standing in the middle of the burn is another example of the plasma fire pattern, the burn signature. See the right angle? As promised, for special effects, the drive-by cam on the right angle. Burned in the burn line up there. I'm a professional driver, people. I don't know if this is a natural scar in the land, but just to reiterate, all the trees that are scattered amongst the burn area that are unburned, fire don't do that. Fire burns thoroughly everything in its path, except when it's in the city and it's leaving all the trees standing and only burning the houses to the ground. Unburned trees in the middle of the burn area. Man, that just ain't right, man. That shit just ain't right, man. Over here. Alright, I think that's about it until I get up in there and show you for sure that this is plasma fire. Then you'll be able to know that the telltale signs that I'm showing you here are indeed part of the signature once you see the rest of the up-close forensic stuff. Those unburned trees scattered in the burn area indicates plasma fire. Shutting the hell up in 3, 2, 1. You're welcome. I lied, I'm not shutting the hell up just yet. Notice all the unburned bushes in the middle of the burn area. I will be backing the hell up though, so these people can get by. It burned in between these two bushes, and in between those two bushes, and in between all of these bushes, but left the bushes themselves. There's more. I'm just seeing what zoom level you can see it best at. And it goes clear out to the end here. Burned on the ground, at ground level. I'm going to give some ideas later on how this electricity rises from the ground based on the weakening of the magnetic field and how they are components with one another. And how I've seen it flow across the ground like water, leaving the high spots, the little mounds, just little molehills. The top of the hills would be unburned, and everything below a certain level would be burned. In this case, the ground is burned, and everything above that, up in the trees, the leaves, is not burned. So I'm going to go ahead and walk